Hey YouTube, how's it going? Felix here. Today in this video I want to show you my favourite knife or multi-tool for everyday carry. I've got all my little collection here of knives laid out on the table in order of price actually, from the cheapest here, the screw pop on the left hand side, to the most expensive, the Spyderco squeak here on the right hand side. And I'm going to quickly show you each one of these knives and tell you which one I like best for everyday carry. In fact, I'm going to save you the whole trouble of watching this video if you're interested in just cutting to the chase. I think the best single value knife for everyday carry is this one, the Gerber armbar drive. But I'm going to get to that in a few seconds. So let me just quickly show you my collection here. So starting off at the cheapest side, we've got the screw pop, which is a fantastic utility knife holder, super compact and super useful and super cheap at just $10. Next up, we've got the Gerber armbar drive, which is a fantastic sort of knife slash multi-tool with a full-sized screwdriver, which folds out here, and scissors in a really nice package. They're available for around $35. Next up, we've got the Kershaw Leak, which is an absolutely classic assisted opening, beautifully designed and incredibly well made, just standard folding locking knife. That's a really nicely made thing. We've also got, next up, the Kershaw Leaks. These are around $50. Next up, we've got the Victorinox Compact, which is my all-time favorite Victorinox product. I absolutely love the Victorinox Compact. It is, in my opinion, the best of the Victorinox range. I absolutely love this Victorinox Compact. These are around $58, I just checked. Links to all these products will be in the description, by the way, if you want to check them out. So they're like 58, 60 bucks for Victorinox Compact. And finally up here, we've got the Spyderco Squeak, which is a lovely, beautifully made Spyderco product here. This is actually quite small, the knife on it. It's quite a compact sized knife, but the reason this one is quite expensive at around $70 or so is because it's got a very nice steel which is used on the blade. I'm not sure if you can read that, but it's a N690CO steel, which is quite a high-end steel, and that's why this is quite expensive at around sort of 70 bucks or so. Okay, so for me personally, when I everyday carry a knife, I like to have, some people can get away with just having just a knife in their arsenal. In most cases, just a knife is everything that you need, in all honesty, and in that case you'll be perfectly fine using something like the Spyderco Squeak or the Kershaw Leak or the screw pop. But for me personally, when I everyday carry a knife, I tend to like having a couple more additional features. If I just want to carry the bare minimum in my pockets, I tend to just carry this screw pop because it's such a useful little knife. And if you just need to carry just a knife, this is just fantastic. I absolutely love it. The Kershaw Leak I absolutely love for its beautiful build quality and the satisfaction of this assisted opening system, which is just gorgeous. But I don't really tend to everyday carry this because it's a bit too big for my liking and a little bit heavy. The Spyderco Squeak, I have everyday carried this for a long time and I love it, but the problem with this one to me personally is just having just a knife is a little bit too basic for me, and I like having a little bit more on me. So these are the three knives which I sort of occasionally everyday carry, and then these two here, so this is the Gerber armbar drive and the Victorinox Compact. So these two are my current all-time favorites. I used to everyday carry this particular Victorinox Compact so often. I think this Victorinox Compact might well be the greatest single design that I've found in a long time for an everyday carry knife. It's got everything you need and nothing you don't. It's got the large knife. So the Victorinox Compact, the reason why it's such a good knife is this is the same size in terms of length here as the Victorinox Swiss Champ, but it's a lot thinner. So it's the same overall length as the Swiss Champ, but it's thinner, which means you get the big tools from the Swiss Champ, like for example the big knife. You also get the big scissors, and then it's got this very useful sort of combination tool here where they've sort of mashed a lot of tools into one, which is like a combination bottle opener. It's also got the corkscrew, which I never really use, but it's got the eyeglass screwdriver in there. It's got a nail file cut into the little hook, and it's also got the classic Victorinox tweezers, and on this side it's got the Victorinox pen, which is something you only get in the sort of large size tools like the Swiss Champ. This Victorinox Compact I think is a fantastic tool, and I really highly recommend these. The only problem with the Victorinox Compact is it's quite expensive. These are like 60 bucks, 55 to $60, or say, check the price in the description, but yeah, that's sort of expensive, especially considering that you can get so much of this functionality in the Gerber armbar drive. Now this, I think for me, has personally taken the crown from the Victorinox Compact. It's a little bit heavier and a little bit more sort of like bulky and sharp than the Victorinox Compact, which is beautifully sort of smooth. The Compact fits so nicely in your pocket. I really love the Victorinox sort of feel of the knives. But when you consider that this Gerber is basically half the price of the Victorinox Compact, I really think it's a very compelling argument. And something which may matter to you is that the Gerber armbar drive has a locking blade, whereas the Victorinox products do not. This particular style of Victorinox products does not. So for example, this Gerber has a very nice locking blade here. You can see it's got a nice liner lock in here. Yeah, that's useful, especially if you're like sort of using the tool for a bit more sort of heavy duty applications. It's also got this very useful large size screwdriver which folds out, and then this of course rotates, and it's got a slotted bit as well as a Phillips bit. That's extremely useful. It's also got these very nice full-size scissors which are easily accessible like this. The scissors fold out, and then this second piece folds down like this to produce the other side of the scissors, and they are also sprung, the scissors. I mean, that's very, very nicely designed. And then in here, there's also a little tiny pry bar, which is slightly difficult to access, but there's a little tiny pry bar there as well. Now, as well as, oh sorry, I forgot the last feature of the Gerber armbar drive is this hammer. It's also got a hammer end on here which pops up, leaving a little bottle opener in there as well. I think when you consider all of these EDC tools, you have to consider price when you look at the sort of effectiveness of these tools. And for me, although I love the Victorinox Compact, and I think this is such a beautiful design and is probably my all-time favorite of these tools, for everyday carry, especially when you consider you might lose the tool and it might get broken if you're using it a lot, I really think the Gerber armbar drive is such a good little tool. And these of course have a lifetime warranty as well from Gerber, so you know they're going to look after you if you break it. I really think this is such a good design and such a beautiful little tool, especially if you do more sort of like DIY focused stuff. So if you use a screwdriver a lot, and if you use the sort of the locking blade more, then I think this is really the knife for you. Like if you value the locking blade and the screwdriver, that's great. If you value more sort of like, I guess you'd say sort of everyday functions, for example, like the tweezers and the eyeglass screwdriver and the pin and the pen and the sort of nicer scissors. To be fair, the scissors on the Victorinox Compact are nicer than the scissors on the Gerber. Then maybe I'd splash the cash and invest extra in the Victorinox Compact. But for most people, I think the best single everyday carry knife you can get for the money, for around 35 bucks, is the Gerber armbar drive. Let me know, what do you think? Do you think I made the right call? Can you think of anything better for your EDC? If there's anything better out there which I've missed, then please do leave me a comment in the comment section below. I love reading your comments. I read every single one, and I will happily spend the money to get a tool which you think is better. Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video. If you're interested in more EDC content like this, then please do consider liking and subscribing to my channel. I'm always producing new EDC content like this, and I'll catch you very soon. Cheers.